Couple things tonight. Guy couldn't draw worth a darn in the heat race. Had to start 9th out of his heat race. And I made the comment, you got to hunt the front, and when you start at the back, the only hunting you're doing is going forward.
One thing to do.
Heat race, walk us through that deal. Racetrack was a little narrow, it was weather was a little different today than it was the last couple days, but track crew, they pretty much knocked it out of the park for the feature. But in that heat race, you didn't have a lot to work with, but you made everything work, didn't you?
Man, it worked out. I mean, I grew up, 45 minutes from here. This place used to be a Friday night track, and we'd race here and then the Southern Raceway on Saturday. And kind of how it was tonight was how I grew up racing it. Left front on the berm on the inside and get as low as you can. So I knew what to do. And a lot of guys coming from out of town, they ain't used to that kind of stuff. But I kind of knew what I had to do, and never knew if I'd be able to get to the lead or not, or at least into the transfer spot. So we just got going, and everybody's kind of left the groove open for me, and I was able to fill it up. And I looked up, I was third there in transfer spot, and I was like, heck, I really feel pretty good. So we had a caution on the outside. I was able to roll the guy on the outside of him. I'm like, well, dang, we really good if we can make him, if we can get the spot from the top there. So we was able to get to second, and then just motored by the leader and went on and won. And then I got down there and drew the number 1 spoon, and I knew we had a good shot then when I knew I was on pole. So I just grew up racing here. I just grew up doing this, and the track conditions were a lot like what I'm used to right around here, and just thankful to be a part of it.
So it's kind of one of those things, you take the good with the bad. The bad was the heat race draw,
right.
The good is the feature. Then we go green to checkered in that feature. I mean, we talked about it in the interview there on the infield. Those guys were 2 and 3 wide racing, and they're racing for position. You're racing them, and all of a sudden here comes this cat named Becerra, the first night winner.
Right.
We were watching the speed chart, we were watching the eye, doing the eye test, and he was catching you. You got in that lap traffic, and I mean, you struggled there for a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I knew that it's going to take a bunch of man to pass me on the outside out there, but I knew we were going to catch traffic, and in a field this big, and all the cars that make the main are really good cars, and they're racing really hard to this is the whole points deal and everything. Every position counts, so everybody's racing hard, and I caught them there, and I knew I didn't really want to get out there because first off, they were racing too wide in front of me, so I couldn't go anywhere out there anyway. And I knew that if I could just pick them off, just take my time and keep an eye looking out over here. If I ever seen anybody, I'd really have to hustle. And about 3 or 4 to go, I seen him off of 4. I seen him on the outside of me, and I was able, hand to God, I guess, put us on ahead of him. So we was able to hold on there, and everything just kind of played out, right in our favor there towards the end, and caught the lap traffic like we needed to, and got on by just I guess in the nick of time there. So I'm glad we had a lead when we got to him at least,
Exactly. Let's talk about this deal. The snake usually drives this thing, and I'm going to tell you what, don't tell him, but man, you're a better wheelman than that guy is. But we'll maybe edit this part out. No, we won't.
Yeah.
But you got a chance. It was kind of like, it was a nomination, kind of a vote, kind of, hey, this is who I want to see in this car. I mean, the Andrews Autosports guys, they had no idea who you were.
Right. I still haven't met Spencer yet. He's been texting me, and he's all pumped up, man. He's like, heck yeah, this is all. I guess he's coming down here in a couple of days. We're going, finally get to meet Spencer, and I got to thank him and Peyton. I mean, they first off believe in me to put me in their stuff and not wreck it too bad, I guess. And that's just a blessing and a dream to be able to be considered for something like this. And so, obviously, all the Andrews Autosport people and Acre Trader and Slim Chickens and everybody on the, helps get this race car going, and Jordan and Keaton, everybody that's helped this thing, being in the pit area here and helping us. And Jordan's really coached me through this thing all week, and I've never sat in one, so it's been a really big learning curve compared to the late model stuff I do. And he's listened to everything I've told him, and half of it's not been, good information, but he still took the time and listened and tried to explain everything that I need to know, and I'm thankful for that. And just surrounded by good people here, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
Didn't he know we're trying to talk about this?
Right.
So this is a 2-night deal for you. Tonight was the night to either win it or wear it, checkers or wreckers.
Right.
Because the way you got in on this ride is also the way that another driver got in.
Right.
It's got to feel good knowing in 3 nights, like you said, not sitting in one of these things, being in fat tires and fenders in a late model, that you can take one of these things and be competitive.
Yeah, no doubt. It really is. It does feel good, but at the same time, I've raced here a lot, so in theory, I should be good at it, but I mean, here at least. So I'm just glad we was able to capitalize on it and turn it into a good couple days here and learn a lot, get to drive something new and really good equipment. That helps. The lethal car here is really, really dialed in, and everything is just great. And I'm just thankful to be the guy that got to hold the steering wheel here.
So now with that being said, is there maybe Joseph Joyner in a IMCA modified a little bit more?
I told him, I said, hell, think we keep it up, we liable to sell some late model stuff and get a couple of these, you know. But, you know, I don't know. Who knows how that'll ever go. But I mean, we're really full steam ahead on our late model program, trying to grow that and be, you know, try to do what we do here in the late, and when we go unload in late model races. So, but you know, just like I said, just blessed to be a part of it. And also, I didn't do it earlier, but I got to thank my wife for supporting me like she does, being at home with the kids and making sure I can come out and do what I do here and making it easy for me.
There you go. Joseph, congratulations. Night number 2 winner here on the IMCA TV Clash from the Coast. She's going to give the seat up to Ryan Gilmore for Thursday and Friday, but once again, you're leaving. Let's go to the beach. You got a wakeboard there.
We might find something else to drive for the weekend, so we'll see.
There you heard it.